Hey, what's up? My name is Angela, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to be going over the 52 books on my physical TBR. I pulled all of my books off of my book cart. I went up on my shelf and I got all of the ones that have been sitting on my shelf since I was in literally 8th grade, and now I have all of them sitting here. So let's go through them. Like I just said, I have 52 books on my physical TBR. Honestly, I thought I had way more. So I feel like this isn't too bad. I have definitely had more at some points, but I feel like right now we're doing pretty well. Yeah. This does not include one book, which I am reading on my Kindle, so I don't consider that to be a book on my physical TBR because I'm actually reading it, so I guess we could say 53, but technically it's 52. So I have somewhat of a structure here, and that's really just by author. So I figured let's go through a series / the same author that I have first, and then we will go into all just standalones. So starting off, I'm gonna start off with just one author that I have a couple of books, and that is Ellen Hildebrand, literally the queen of summer Nantucket romances. From her I have The Island, The Perfect Couple, and also The Rumor, all books that I've had for a really long time that I just ended up not really getting to, but there's always next summer or vacation or something like that. I will get there, I promise. Currently, I am reading Chloe Walsh's Saving Six, but also from the Boys of Tommen series, I have a book number 4 and 5, which is Redeeming Six and Taming Seven by Chloe Walsh. I'm really excited to continue on with that series. Next, I have the author, Rebecca Yarros, and from her, I have The Last Letter, which I picked up when I was actually at Jennifer Lynn Barnes' author signing in New York, so I got this one. And then, the ones that I just, for some reason, have not gotten to, I don't know what it is, I have A Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. Or two that I really want to read, and I just haven't gotten to them. I've heard that Iron Flame just isn't as good as Fourth Wing, so I'm scared. But I feel like I'll get to them eventually. Hopefully, maybe winter. Earlier on the year, I had read 2 books in the You series by Caroline Kepnes. So I also have You Love Me, which is book number 3, and For You and Only You, which is book number 4. I actually saw DNF'd You Love Me a while ago. I'll give it another shot, but at the moment, it just was not doing what I needed it to do. If you pay attention to our book club reads, I had just recently read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder with my book club, so I have the next 3 / next 2 plus the prequel. The prequel is Killjoy. Then we also have Good Girls Bad Blood and As Good as Dead, which are both ones that I want to pick up very, very soon. They were super quick reads, so I think that it would be a great palate cleanser in between heavy fantasy novels or something like that. I have actually had these 3 books for so long. I read The Maze Runner last year. I think I read these when I was younger, but I can't remember them for the life of me, so they ended up back on there. So I read The Maze Runner last summer, not this summer, but the summer before. And then I also have 3 other books from that. I'm pretty sure that there's more at this point, but I don't know. I have The Kill Order, Death Cure, and The Scorched Trails. I don't know exactly even which order they go in because they don't have 1, 2, or 3 on them, so I'm keeping them in this order because that's what I had on my shelf. If there are more and I am loving it, I would probably go back and read more, but as of right now, these are the only ones that I physically have. Continuing on with books that I've had on my physical TBR, and actually ones that I've had, I believe, for years and years and years. Actually, I don't know where I put it, but I actually pulled a bookmark out from, it says Angelina's 8th grade bookmark on, out of the second book in this series that I put somewhere. So that shows you how long I've truly had it and that I just put it down and never picked it up again. But I have the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. Now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 of them. Are there only 6 of the Mortal Instrument ones? How many books are in the Mortal Instrument series by Cassandra Clare? Has more come out since, I was whatever? No. Okay, I am right. So I have all 6 of them. So again, I read at least book 1 and half of book 2, but I don't remember them. So we have City of Bones, we have City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and finally City of Heavenly Fire. Now these books, I don't know all of them, but the ones that I have the spine that connects, so we have, I'm not going to be able to hold them all. Am I going to be able to hold them all? Probably not, but we're gonna try. We're trying. Look how cool. They all connect. So yeah, I have these and I want to read them very, very soon. If you've watched me before, the next books are gonna be ones that you are not shocked by at all. I'm currently reading the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas. I just finished Assassin's Blade and I read that as book number, I believe it was 4. Yeah, Throne of Glass. Yeah, because I read Throne of Glass, Heir of Fire, Crown of Midnight, I read Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, then Assassin's Blade. And then I also have Queen of Shadows, I have Kingdom of Ash, Empire of Storms, and Tower of Dawn. And then I also have the first 2 books in the Crescent City series, so that is House of Sky and Breath and House of Earth and Blood. I do not have the third. I figured, I bought these, and then I bought the Throne of Glass series, and I was like, wait, which order do I read it in? And everyone's like, you gotta read Throne of Glass first. I was like, okay, I'll read Throne of Glass first. So I have these 2, and I am not picking them up until I finish Throne of Glass. So they're kind of just hanging out for the past few months. So yeah, I want to read those so soon. Now moving on to like the standalone section / just the next or the first book of a series that I don't have the rest of them. Next I have All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. She actually runs the Crime Junkie podcast. I used to listen to that all the time. I haven't listened in quite a while, but if I am going to listen to a podcast, normally this or The Sip with Rylan Adams and Lizzie, I normally go there. So I bought this book when I saw it out, but I never actually got to it, so maybe this is one that I should get to soon. I also have Riley Sager's The Only One Left. Jumping completely into a different category, I have a novel love story by Ashley Poston. This one's super interesting. I really want to get to this one soon. Jumping again into a different subject here, we have Friends, Lovers, and Big Terrible Things by Matthew Perry. I picked this one up at Barnes when it was buy one, get one 50. I was really, really interested in it, so I'm hoping for the best from this. This is different from what I typically read, but I am excited. The next book that I have is The Dixon Rule by Al Kennedy, which is part of the Campus Diary series, so I read The Graham Effect a while ago. I don't have the third one, but I have the second one. I've kind of been putting it off, and I don't know why. I'm trying. Also, if you follow along with my book clubs, you will know this book next. I read Powerless by Lauren Roberts with my friends back in, I believe that was August. So I have Reckless here. I did read Powerful, the novella, so just gotta move on to that one, but it scares me, so I've been putting it off. Next, this super big pile here, I read Twilight a while ago for a video, so I ended up buying New Moon by Stephanie Meyer. I wanted to continue on with the series, so I got this one. This is actually the book that I went to Jennifer Lynn Barnes signing for. This is The Grandest Game, and it's signed. Isn't that amazing? This needs to be like preserved in a museum. So we have this one. Want to get to it. Gonna get to it soon. This one seems to have hidden itself, but I have another Rebecca Yarros book, and that is The Things We Leave Unfinished. I've had this one for so long. I don't know why I have not picked it up. I'm scared to get hurt, so we'll get there. Next, I have book number 4 in the Kings of Sin series by Anna Wong. This one is King of Sloth. I have been reading them like as they're coming out, but this one has been sitting here for quite a while, so we'll get there. The next book I have is Indigo Ridge by Devaney Perry, which is book number 1 in the Eden series. This is another series that I'm trying to get into, so that one's there. I honestly have a lot of like the first or the next books in the series, but I feel like I'm in the middle of so many right now that I haven't picked up new ones yet, just because I don't want to get too like into everything. But yeah, I have Candy Steiner's A Love Letter to Whiskey. Another book has accidentally slipped through and wasn't paired correctly, but this is Ashley Poston's The 7-Year Slip. I have Stephen King's Fairy Tale, Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. I have Unsteady by Peyton Corinne, which is going to be a perfect hockey romance sometime in probably November, or a good palate cleanser if I am slumping. I have Dishonestly Yours by Kristen Beck-Ritchie, which is their new series, so I'm super excited for this one. I'm currently reading the Leica series, but I don't have any more physical books. I have only the first 4. I have The Rule Book by Sarah Adams. I have 1,000 Broken Pieces by Tilly Cole. And then the last few books that I have are My Life with the Walter Boys by Ali Novak. I actually read this really long time ago, like when it was out on Wattpad. So I wanted to get the physical book and give this another shot. I actually got this after I watched the show, and then I never picked this up immediately like I was supposed to. So that's just been sitting. I also have This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. The second book in the Magnolia Parks universe, which is Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. The first book in the Monsters and Muses series, which is Promises and Pomegranates by Sav R. Miller. And then finally, I have Expiration Dates by Rebecca Searle. Love her books. Super excited for this one. So those are all the 52 books that I have on my physical TBR. So I went through every book here and I went through all the genres, and now this does not include romantasy versus like young adult romance, whatever. I just have like the basic, like what it is. If we want like to go deep into it, like there are different like slash extra, like this is young adult romantasy and this is young adult romance. Like I'm not doing all that. The ones that we have are fantasy, romance, thriller, mystery, young adult, dystopian, and memoir. And then I also did paperbacks versus hardcover. So starting off with the paperbacks versus hardcover, I have 8 hardcovers and 44 paperback books. For going into the genres, I'll go from least to most. I have 1 memoir, which is Matthew Perry's book. I have 3 young adult dystopians, which are the Maze Runner series. I have 4 mysteries, 5 thrillers, 15 fantasy books, and 24 romance books, which I'm not surprised by romance or fantasy. Now, what made me put fantasy over romance was if it is just like a fantasy, then it went into fantasy. If it was just a plain romance book, then it went into the romance book. Like romantasy, it went into fantasy. If it was just like romance, as in like literally like the Dixon Rule, like that was romance. If it's the Mortal Instruments series, like that was fantasy, obviously. Do you see what I mean? You see what I mean there? Okay, so yeah, those are all the books that I have in my physical TBR. Honestly, I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I feel like I could definitely have more. I've been reading a lot of physical books lately, so that's really good. I also have recently put myself on a book buying ban. I normally do that right before Christmas because everybody buys me books for Christmas. I've stopped myself from buying books. I am trying to finish what I have, and yeah, that's fun, but that'll change right after Christmas, I'm sure. So that brings this video to an end. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will do some sort of updated physical TBR in a couple months, and we'll see where we stand, and I'll do all the genres and everything again. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye!